And as we mentioned, the American Airlines jet pilot was from Volusia County. Captain Jonathan Campos here graduated from Embry-Riddle in 2015 and trained to become a certified flight instructor at Epic Flight Academy in New Smyrna Beach. WESH News' Haley Krumblholm is live tonight. And Haley, you spoke with someone who knew him. What did they have to say?
So they got to know Captain Campos when he was a student here in Daytona Beach back in 2015. When I talked with him, he described Campos as someone who was caring and a leader.
It was a plane nearly identical to this one taking off at Daytona Beach International Airport that collided with an Army helicopter in Washington, D.C. Wednesday. Captain Jonathan Campos, who lived in Ormond Beach, was the plane's pilot.
The NTSB reports and everybody, they released the pilots. And that's when we found out.
Tracy Grubbs is the owner of Spruce Creek Scuba, a dive shop and school in Port Orange, and he's a member of the city council. He says another local with a connection to the shop lost a loved one that was on the plane. And Campos himself had come to the shop to train to become a master diver, seen here in his certification card.
We lost 2.
Grubbs says Campos came to the shop when he was a student at Embry-Riddle and part of a dive club there. Even as a young man, he says Campos was a leader.
It just shows that what his character was back when he was even in college, that he was always taking control and taking care of people as he went out.
He says Campos continued coming to the shop, sharing his success as he moved up in his career.
When he became a captain for American Airlines, he was ecstatic, proud to be with the majors.
Grubbs even flew with him a time or two.
Know about pilots is they always go to strive to be the best. He was one of the best. Hearing what happened, it's mind-blowing. I grieve for all the people and the condolences to all the families, but the pilot of that plane, he was good. I knew him as a pilot, flew with him a couple of times. He was very conscientious.
He called the loss of so many a tragedy and hopes those investigating will find a way to make sure a crash like this one never happens again.
My condolences to his family because he was a light. He was a great person.
Now, Embry-Riddle did release a statement today saying how sad they were to hear of Captain Campos' passing. They said their thoughts are with his family and with all those who lost loved ones in this tragedy. Covering Volusia County live in Daytona Beach, Haley Krumblholm, WESH 2 News.